Hey folks, Filipino here. We're in the workshop this morning repairing a few beehive pallets, and so I thought I'd do a little assessment of different designs and failures. So I have a variety of pallets based on some I bought from a cousin, some I made myself, some were hodgepodge together from older technologies. So for instance, this pallet here, I actually bought, it wasn't really a pallet, it was a beekeeper that was discontinuing in the area, had what he called winter pallets. He used screen bottoms in the summer, and then he would manually move his hives onto four-way pallets, and this was actually one solid piece, so that all four hives were touching on two sides. And these things are going cheap at auction, so I bought them, and I just ripped them down the middle, separated them out to have room for my lids, and nailed runners to the bottom of them. And those, they've had 10 years of use out of them, and they're starting to fail. You can see that if you get anything but a real good piece of wood, that center divider, that one's solid still, is what tends to fail, because it's always just a little bit of water coming down between the hive lids, and so you often have to replace those. This design also had this entrance reducer kind of built into it. Those are glued on really well, so I never took them off. Haven't seen a lot of negative effects to having a smaller entrance. So anyway, I'll replace that. And I put on pressure treated 2x4 and 1x6 on the bottom. Those have held together. This is what I bought with a heavier metal clip. Those are nice. And you can see again that the center rots out. This one has progressed to the point where there's probably not a whole lot of hope for that. And looks like it was made with a few odds and ends of plywood over the years. This is one I made myself, the lighter clips, and all pressure treated. And these are, I think about 15 years old, and there's absolutely no sign of rot. Whatever damage is mostly inflicted by harsh operation. And these, I just have to improve the clips on that. And solid piece between the hives. That's the same design I used in my most recent version. That reduces the amount of crack. You can see on these ones, it's rotted out where there wasn't any hives, and you tend to have crack build up there and hold the moisture. And so it's, I think one design you have to think about is, do you want that open like this, where it goes right down to the ground in between and helps it stay dry? It sometimes can be annoyingly to have grass growing up between them. Or you have a solid sheet of plywood and have that filled in. And it all again rots out there. That one's already been replaced. And often it's these little bits of wood that fail. It's amazing how tight that propolis sticks together, and you get you're lifting that box up. So I've tried to do a much better job of making these pieces solid, and we'll see how my current design holds up. But that's when I'm thinking about how to make a better pallet. I like not having an extra cavity between the hives, and this is actually in effect double layered. I went with, I didn't use pressure treated plywood this time. That's a lot of surface area with chemicals on it. I did use pressure treated for the bottoms and for the runners, and so that's trying to be the compromise I find. But if you wonder if pressure treated lumber is worth it, when you compare, when you look at old pallets that have been kicking around for 10 or 20 years, the ones that are pressure treated, they don't brand new, but boy, they sure don't age up the way the regular wood does. So that's some things to think about when you're designing pallets. Whether they're 2-way or 4-way, I don't think it much matters. But the 4-way have this extra cavity there that can accumulate debris, accumulate extra moisture that can cause failure. Okay, thanks a lot everyone. Have a great day.